Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Marvel Legends review. Here I have the retro card, Secret Wars, Falcon, and Daredevil. Both of these retailed for, I want to say, $26.99. I think I got mine for just a little bit cheaper, but I pre-ordered both of these, and I'm excited to get into both of these. So I don't own any other Falcon figures, but I figured why not get this one. It's a good-looking Falcon, and he'll probably fit in my Avengers display just fine. Comes with Red Wing, as you can see, and don't forget the hands down here. They're kind of hard to see, and I know some people forgot them. But here's the back of the box. It's a very big. It's not a box. It's a blister card, but not really. Like, it's not glued on. It's like in between two layers of cardboard paper. Then we got the Daredevil. I have the VHS 2-pack Daredevil, but I did not want to pass up this one because it looks pretty good. And then we'll take a look at the back here. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. These are probably the only two figures in the wave that will sell out. Maybe Spider-Man. I'm not sure. Don't plan on getting that Spider-Man. But let's go ahead and open these guys up. Alright, got them out of the package. Let's take a look at their accessories. We'll start off with their shields. So they both come with one of the shields. These came in the prior Secret Wars figures. You can see, him go from Sam to Falcon, and why can't I remember Daredevil's name? I wanted to say Foggy at first, but Matt Murdock. There we go. Couldn't remember the name. And then here it is compared to the old one. I think it's a different mold. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a different mold. And if it's not a different mold, it's very, very similar. But what's telling me this is a new mold is the trapezoids being a bit smaller. And then if we look back, the clip looks the same, but I think they're flipped. And yeah, they're definitely flipped, as you can see. And the color is a bit inconsistent as well. These older ones were a brighter orange. These ones are a bit more of a reddish orange. Yeah, I don't know why they did that with the clips. Also, something they didn't include is, if you didn't want to have the lithograph, the older figures had just a Secret Wars logo that you could put in there. These figures do not come with one. The older figures do, though. Not a fan of those lithographs, but I still keep them on my shelf. Alright, since Falcon he's on the left, we'll look at his accessories first. So, you get Red Wing here, and yeah, that looks kind of weird, but it is removable, so you can just have a hawk, or, yeah, this is a hawk, right? Right? Falcon? Wait, does Falcon have a falcon? That would make sense. Yeah, he's got a falcon, but I'm assuming you could just put it on his wristband here. Yeah, that fits perfectly, and obviously he can have his arm up. That's probably how I'll display him. With the wings, of course, but yeah, that easily fits onto the wrist. And if you wanted to get kind of weird with it, yeah, no, it doesn't. You can't get weird with it. Maybe on his shoulder, not his shoulder, but his bicep. Yeah, it actually fits on the bicep too, if you'd rather do it that way. So that's cool. And then he has some bitch slap hands, or flight hands. I call them bitch slap hands because that's what they look like. You go into bitch slap, right? I think this is the Sunfire body mold, not the Spider-Man body mold. But it does have the dots up there. Yeah, no, Spider-Man didn't have cake like that. Definitely didn't. But he has two sets of wings here. So you have the, whatchamacallit, folded up wings. And these are not very well keyed. It's kind of hard to tell which one goes on which, but the idea is when he opens up his wings, it would be like that. So that's what the smaller ones look like. This arm is a little loose, but yeah, here's the smaller wings. Not too bad. Probably better for display in a very crowded shelf, or you could have the larger sets of wings. I think this one goes over here, actually. Yeah, that goes over there. And we'll get the other one on. Again, this is not keyed very well, so it's hard to tell which one goes on which. And then you can kind of get him in a pose where he's got his wings up. I don't think it's a very good Yeah, see, it's coming out already. I don't really like how they did the wings here. I kind of wish that it actually attached at the back hole here in his torso, but that's the wings there. I'll probably use the smaller ones on display. Oh, and then you can get Red Wing in here. There you go. And he stands just fine with all of that. So we'll go ahead and put him to the side, and we'll look at Daredevil's accessories. So Daredevil is, as far as I know, a completely brand new sculpt. He has his Billy Club Eskrima stick holding hands, and then he's got a single left-handed fist, and then a single right-handed grabby hand. He also, of course, comes with the Billy Clubs. What's cool about this is, you see that center piece there? It's actually a separate piece. So you can twist it off like that, and then you can take out the middle piece if you really wanted to. I'm going to leave it in just so I don't lose it, but you can take that piece out, and then you can have a Billy Clubs that doesn't have that little tube on the end for display. And those Billy Clubs, they can go in here, and obviously this one's going to stick up higher. I don't mind it myself, but if you wanted the ones flush, all you got to do is just take out that piece. But then there's no place to put that piece, and obviously you could put them in this way. I don't like that though, because the silver paint would get chipped and it's not technically accurate. And then of course you can combine the Billy Clubs together to make a staff, tiny ass staff, but there you go. And then his last accessory is my favorite. It's this big giant disc, and that goes in the center of his back. And that's just really cool. I don't think this is the right head sculpt for this particular figure. I wish it came with another head sculpt. Considering this is all new tooling, I get that there's budgetary constraints, but you know, that ain't coming out, and you can even use it as a stand. Not really, but that'd be fun. Be a cool stand, you know? Just have him floating around like Frozone on ice. But yeah, there you go. There's his accessories. We'll go back to Falcon now. I do genuinely like the design of this Falcon. Again, I believe this is a Sunfire body mold reuse. The torso is molded in white, but it is painted excellently with the red here. Very well done. I don't like that the red here doesn't extend all the way on the shoulders here. I think it should have been red painted white, but you know, not a fan of that. And if you want that closed, that's what it looks like. And obviously the shoulder here can extend out further, and then but then this starts to untab itself. It's annoying. It's really annoying. I'll figure out a pose for him later, but like that Red Wing can go on his arm there. Let's see if we can put it on his shoulder. Not feeling good about that. It's too thick. Won't work. Or if it will work, it might damage the figure here. He's got some yellow paint on his boots as well. Speaking of which, obviously I'm getting into articulation already, but he's got ankle swivel and boot swivel and thigh swivel. So he's got 3 swivels on his leg. So he can have something like, you know, something like that. You could do that. More articulation is always better. Unless it compromises the figure, right? But it doesn't compromise this figure. And then there's a little bit of paint on the red here. But man, this midsection back here just looks so empty. I'm not sure if that's accurate. But, you know, if you do the ab crunch there, the paint obviously doesn't extend. But it actually does line up the bottom ones, which is kind of nice to see. But the head sculpt I really like. Not my favorite head sculpt, but it's good. Kind of wish he had a smile or something else going on, but yeah, really like the head sculpt there. And I'll figure out these wings when I go to display him in a few here, but Daredevil here, of course, I think more people are interested in. It is an all-new body mold. I do expect them to use this for a yellow and red suit Daredevil, which I probably will get. This is my second Daredevil figure. I do like it. Some people have said that the D's on his chest are molded, but I'm not feeling any mold marks, so I'm pretty sure that that's just a new upper torso. And for a general character, like, this would be a good body reuse. I especially love the details of the suit wrinkling. It doesn't look, perfect and brand new. It looks like, someone's wearing an actual super suit, and it's, stretching to their body shape. I like that. It's always a plus to me. Like, it actually looks real. His pouch here is not removable. It's basically pegged in and glued at the peg, so this ain't going anywhere. It's in there very good. The boots here look good too. Nothing fancy. It's got a crease there where the toes are, but yeah, it's a nice looking body mold. I do like it. Got some crazy looking traps back there. A lot of muscles. He's got some wrinkles at his butt, and I think there's even more. No, there's none. Lame. Again, really like the body mold here, like what it can do. We'll see that in a second. I'm not sure if the head sculpt is reuse or not. If it is reuse, it's very well done. Reuse. If it isn't reuse, then again, looks really good. It's really good head sculpt. I'm trying to see. I believe his eyes are painted. I'm not sure if they're painted red or if there's just a black line in them, but they definitely have paint on the eyes. Wouldn't surprise me if they didn't paint them. But something I'm not a big fan of is actually the different tones of red. So the upper torso here is a darker red to the butterfly joints. I'd be fine if this darker red torso matched the butterfly joints, but they don't. So it looks a little bit off to me. On camera, it's not as noticeable, but if I take my UV flashlight to it, you can see what I mean. It's just how they have to mold it. Oh, if you're curious about Falcon, there you go. But yeah, good looking figure. Really wish he came with a different head sculpt though. Maybe an unmasked head sculpt. That would have been nice. But let's go ahead and get into articulation. Obviously you saw what Falcon could do with the wings on, but without the wings on, he's got decent amount of bicep. Obviously you've seen that. Shoulder can come out. Okay, now it's not wanting to go back in. Come on, get in there. There we go. It is 360 swivel, speaking of which the bicep is too. Head sculpt wise, you get a little bit of tilts. It is on the dumbbell hinge joint, which is the best joint. And he's got plenty of range of movement there. He's obviously got the ab crunch, works really well. And then he's got the spin. And then, kind of weird seeing inside of there. It's like a hole. Yeah, this is definitely the Sunfire body mold. Pretty sure. No drop down hinges on the thighs there. That's as best as his splits are going to get. We got, obviously you saw that, full 360 up there, and even at the foot. And this is a rubber piece, so it actually won't get in the way. So you can use all the range of movement in the feet there. Really like that. These feet are newly molded as well. Those yellow bits are molded and then painted on top of. Really like that. So there's Falcon there, obviously reuse. We mostly know what that body mold can do. And then Daredevil here. Let's take a look at him. Again, he's got the hinge ball joint. Love it. Really love it. It's best ball joint. Not a ton of tilts, and of course 360. Didn't show the 360 on him, but he can do it. Alright, these shoulders can go above the horizon. That's as far back as they can go. Can't really go forward at all. That's unfortunate. If you want to see, yeah, they can't really go forward at all. Of course, it's got that. That feels nice and smooth. It's got the bicep there. Double jointed elbows. Can't touch his own shoulder. And the hands here, the billy club ones, can go up and down like that. And then the other two that are included go side to side. The torso is a lot like the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, so it's got a ball joint at the upper here, and you got pretty good amount of movement in it, and it does go all the way around. And then you have a hinge joint at the bottom. This is my preferred articulation setup. I know a lot of people like a ball jointed waist. Personally, I think the crunch and then that is better. Just my personal tastes. The belt here can be spun around a little bit. could even go up a little bit, but it's kind of hinged in there. Hard to describe. All right, let's look at these legs. Doesn't appear to have drop down hinges. And then splits wise, that's as best you're gonna get. Can't kick back at all. Kick forward looks good. Actually, I didn't show his kick forward. And then you got some really crunchy double jointed knees. Do not like how that sounds. And then this can go 360, but this gets in the way, of course. And then this can go 360, and then the feet can go back, forward, and pivot. And then before we do size comparisons, let me go ahead and give him his billy clubs. There you go. His walking stick because he's blind. He's a blind man. But he can see. He's got echolocation. Size comparison time. Falcon here. You're looking at just over 6 inches, about 6 1/4. Daredevil. He's about the same height as well. Maybe a little bit shorter than Falcon. Yeah, they're about the same height. Here I have them with my other Avengers here. And I wanted to show off the Daredevil comparison. I definitely really like the new body mold better, but I really still prefer the cell shading on that older figure. Really love that. I think he really stands out. Personally, for me though, I'm not sure if I want to keep this Daredevil with the Avengers or move this Daredevil to my Spider-Man shelf or X-Men display, but Falcon looks good with all these guys here. He stands out, but not too much, you know. You got a mix of classic as well as some modern figures in here, and I think it's a good mix myself. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of these figures. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.